Hey y'all. Well, a few disappointments with this. Mostly it bled through, and I don't know what bled through because it was just lumber. So there must have been some staining on the lumber that has bled through, and honestly, I don't know when it will get a next coat. Probably not until springtime. But anyway, I got their little mattress on the inside fit, and it's like an egg crepe mattress, nice and soft for them. And they have been sleeping in here. It's pretty funny. Last night Huey came out, and he came and got me, and he said, "Come here and look at this." They're piled on top of each other, and it doesn't look like they would. I mean, there's only 5 kitties, and that's 24 by 36. So I think they just like snuggling that tight. And then this, I purposely made it so that I could take it apart. Of course, the front comes off as well. It has these little clips on both sides to hold this door, or whatever, this hinged gate thing, in nice and tight. That covers up the opening that I made a miscalculated the size. But you can see I've just got it setting in there, and it just holds in there nice and firm and snug. So yeah, this I'm going to have to open. Oops, I'm going to have to move their blanket from inside because they won't be able to. Yeah, I'll have to work on that. They won't be able to get inside of there if that gate won't swing. So all this has to be tucked down better. But for right now, if I can get it to, I'm going to prop it open because I don't want them to resist going in there. I want them to feel comfortable going in there, so I'm going to just prop this open so that they won't have anything keeping them from going in there or making them uncomfortable with it. And then I've got my little mattress out here somewhere. Oh, right here. One of the dog mattresses that I'm going to cut and have fit right here. And it will be covered with my beautiful paisley. I hope that's not breaking your ears. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking about that. But anyway, the extra paint tightened all of this up a bit. So I'll have to snug it in there. There you go. That was worse than the geese, wasn't it? All right. And there comes Huey. He has been taking the tin off of the little overhang that they dropped yesterday. He's been working on that all day, and it looks like this might be the last load. Look at that little building. It looks so funny. It just looks so funny up there without that big shed hanging off the edge. Makes me just a little sad, y'all. That's all I've ever known it to look like. That's all Hugh's ever known it to look like, because I think that little shed thing was built long before he was ever born. Oh well. But they brought that tin down, without bending a piece of it. That's pretty impressive. That's just pretty impressive. That's really old tin. He's waving. I've got him trained. I told him, I said, uh-oh, I've got a chicken out. I bet that's Klaus. She's the one that, she's young enough to still fly over. Oh, booger butt. She'll go back in before it's time to close it up. All right. So this is slow out here, but it's coming along. It's coming along. I just have a few more things to throw away, and I'm going to move the furniture around and decide where I want it before I even paint it. And I've got to get my little shelves with the holes in them painted. And I'm going to paint the other side black. Well, it's a dark charcoal gray, just because I have plenty of that. The top I'm just going to paint white. I've got to paint all of these little posts again, so I figure I'll end up having to buy another gallon of white anyway, especially by the time I repaint the cat house. And then I want to take all my cushions inside and get my cushions, the covers made for them. My zipper came. I have 10 yards of zipper, which I'll never need that much, but it was just cheaper to buy it that way. Look at all these cars going up. In the next valley over, Bald Creek, we have a conference center for people who practice, what is it called, the Sikhism? I'm not even certain. I need to check into that. But they're Indians from India, or at least that's their lineage. And I told Hugh, I said, I'm going to go over there and find out if they have classes on meditation. I could really use to learn, or benefit from learning to meditate. But they're very sweet people. When Hugh is out and about and he's over there close to the road, quite often they'll stop on Sunday. Sunday afternoon is usually when they're going back home. Friday or Thursday evening is when they're coming from wherever they come from. I guess some of the bigger metropolitan areas around us, Asheville, Charlotte, Greenville, Atlanta, all those places. But they will stop and ask for directions, because what happens here is that Google Maps always puts people across this mountain. Always. If they're going to Asheville, it's going to put them across this mountain. And I don't understand why. This mountain's pretty crooked. We even get 18-wheelers locked up on this mountain, and they have to send out the really, really big piece of equipment to get them out of here. But yeah, somebody should tell Google Maps this really isn't a good idea. Don't send them this way. Send them to I-40. It's exit 24, not exit 31. Whenever Hugh, and Hugh's always selling some piece of equipment or something that he no longer has a use for. So anytime, we know somebody's coming, we have to caution them, ignore your Google Maps, just go to exit 24 and then re-enter our address, because otherwise, especially if they're pulling a trailer, it can get pretty snaky at times. But anyway, yeah, it's going to take some getting used to, that little building. But that's an old little log building, well over 100 years old. I can't remember the date. Hugh knows. Aaron knows. I forget things. But yesterday's video was 50 minutes long. Those of you that actually suffered through it, I apologize. I should have waited until they were way into the process before I started filming it. But I was already committed. So I figured, well, I'll just visit with whoever wants to sit here and visit with me. And it's funny, a lot of the comments, well, I had to fast forward through it. I thinking, yeah, me too. I wish I could have fast forwarded through it. I was just glad that nobody got hurt, and that building came down just as, what Hugh would say, slick as a ribbon. That's an old mountain saying. But That's just one worry off my mind, because I knew it was coming, and it just constantly, every time I thought about it, I thought, just don't like that so much. But you know what I was just thinking, y'all? Over there where that box is, that's my, right there, that black box way over there, that's my box for UPS or USPS, whoever. When there's a package that won't fit in the mailbox, it just saves them, driving all the way over here. But right behind that, right next to it, in that corner, that's where we're going to put a little pretty building. It's going to be an open fronted building, and we'll be selling just excess produce and our flowers and whatever, maybe some of the little wall quilts that we'll be painting, little wreaths and whatnot. It won't be opened all week. It's probably just going to be called the weekend store, and we'll be open on Saturday and Sunday. But it just occurred to me, yeah, that Saturday or Sunday is when we really get the most traffic across this mountain, because I just counted with the little conference center over in Bald Creek, probably about 20 cars went past. And of course that's not that many, and there's no guarantee they'll stop, but it's people, it's traffic, so we'll see. We might get some traffic stopping. But all right, I'm going to prop open this little door while I'm thinking of it before I forget. And then I'm going to go see what I can find for supper. Huey's worked hard all day. I've piddled around the house, mopping, moving furniture in the living room. He came in and he laughed at me. He said, "Again?" I said, just don't. Just don't. I've done this all of our married life. I just, when I give the floors a really good cleaning, I always end up moving the furniture for some reason. And I washed the windows in there and, scrubbed the baseboards, all that sort of once every, for me, that doesn't happen very often. But, so maybe once a year. But anyway, so the furniture has got moved around. I like it. See, there goes more traffic. Yay. But he just has always made fun of me over that. I mean, not mean, made fun of me, just kind of thought it was funny. And I guess it is, but that's what I do. That's part of my MO, is moving furniture around. Okay, y'all. I hope your day is beautiful. It's 70 degrees here. Beautiful, just lightly cloudy sky. Tomorrow's supposed to be about the same. And then we're looking for some rain on Tuesday. So, we shall see. I'll talk to y'all later. Love you much. Bye-bye.